Take yourself back to the 90s when it was the Monday Night Wars. Today we're doing the WCW Only MyGM draft. Yes, I know a lot of you have been excited for this one, so have I. Now, I was going to download Eric Bischoff. However, when I went to create the WCW roster, I don't have enough unlocked through the little credits thing that you have, that you accumulate, to make all of the legends active in the draft. So we're going to use William Regal because he has the Legend Whisperer card, which means we can pick up quite a lot. Well, we can pick up one free legend, which means we can pick up quite a lot of WCW guys through this. Sorry for my voice, by the way. I was wrestling on a camp show yesterday, and my voice is completely shot from shouting at all these little kids in the crowd. So, we're going to go William Regal. He has the Legend Whisperer card, and obviously Monday Night Raw was the main antithesis for the Monday Night Wars. So we're going to go SmackDown because it's a rival to Raw in this anyway, at the very least, because we can't do Nitro as much as I'd love to. Now, I've kind of already set it up. Stephanie McMahon on Raw, hard difficulty, 15 weeks, and we're going to do the custom draft pool. I've set it up already. I'm not going to show you it because I'm going to leave it for some surprises that I've added some creative wrestlers on there. So we're just going to go straight into it. I might have done this 3 or 4 times already because there's certain... Obviously, we need 8 wrestlers to begin the draft with. And about 3 or 4 times I've done this, there hasn't been 8 wrestlers to pick. Once there was 8, and for some reason, Raw picked up Bret Hart. So I was gutted. We're going to have to try again. Right. Bret Hart, straight away. He is ours. Right, they're going to go John Cena. That's absolutely fine because the next one I'm going for is Booker T. No, don't go... Oh, they've gone Pillman. They've gone Brian Pillman. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Now, this might be the 3rd or 4th time. Yep, custom. Let's go. Right. We need to make sure they don't pick up any of ours, because then it just cancels it out straight away. There's a problem right away. I think, right, strategically, I'm going to go Bret Hart, because he's... Don't go Hulk. Yes, right. So now we need to make sure we get Booker T after Hulk. Don't go Booker T. They've gone Brock. This is promising. Booker T. We've picked up 3 of the 8 that we need. There's Arn Anderson. Let's see if there's any other high ones. Rey Mysterio. Buzz in. So far we got 4 faces though. That's the only trouble with that. But hey, we don't have any women on the roster, unfortunately. Riddle, Randy Orton, no. Ultimo Dragon. Yes, Ultimo Dragon. So we now have 5. That's good. Animal. Oh, Pillman's there. We should have enough. We should have enough. There's Pillman. There's Pillman. So now, what do we have now? We have 7. Good. So we do have enough to continue. Thank the Lord. I've done this way too many times. So we got Psychosis. Perfect. We're going to have an awful roster to match people up against each other, by the way. But still, we won't have to worry about that for now. We're just making sure we've got enough. And to be fair, we have. Arn Anderson. The Enforcer. Love it. Okay. Is there anybody that I've missed? We might as well pick them up if we have. I believe we picked up every single person who is potentially qualifies for our roster. So, yeah, let's go for it. We have our enough. This is... I mean, what a draft that is. Look at that. Absolutely outstanding. Okay, Stephanie McMahon's made her picks. Good roster. Have to agree, but... Hey, we've got our 8. That's all we care about. They went and picked 12. So, which means we've got a lot of money, which is obviously fantastic because then we can go straight to the Legends, straight to free agency, and pick up some more WCW. Right, let's select our champion then. To be fair, I would love to give it to Bret Hart, as he's a specialist. We've got so many baby faces, it's absolutely outrageous. So let's go Bret Hart and put him as champion. I think I might turn Hulk heel. And then he can go up against Booker T. I think that makes sense to me. That definitely makes sense to me. And then in my head, I think I already know what my WrestleMania is going to be. And ideally, we've got one more person to add to the roster. It's Jushin Thunder Liger. Promo skill 4 out of 5. I'll take it. Jushin Liger has signed. Let's take a look at the legends. There's got to be loads on the legend. There's 2 straight away. Goldberg, Stone Cold, Macho Man, Eddie. Perfect. Diesel, I'm not going to count Diesel, but I will count Kevin Nash, who is there. Now, Kevin Nash is a great option because he's a heel and he's a giant, and we have a lot of cruiserweights. So that could be the way to go. We've got so much money anyway. So let's spend the little amount on these guys. So we got Kevin Nash. We got Ted DiBiase. Perfect. Jim the Anvil's also there. Was Jim the Anvil? I'm sure he was. Scott Hall for another 5 weeks. There we go. Lovely. Now I think we can use... I'm not going to count Undertaker, by the way. I know he was in there as mean whatever, Mark Calloway. Not going to count him because the Undertaker, I think, is synonymous with WWE. But like, you know, for instance, Stone Cold Steve Austin, there isn't another version of Stunning Steve Austin, but he was called Steve Austin, wasn't he? It's just a different gimmick, so I will count that. Same as Ted DiBiase. Like, it's his WWE picture and everything, but we're still going to count it. So, the question is, who do I use it for? Because I think, really, we might as well go for, like, the 10-weekers, because we get them for free. So we actually save more money. So it's either Stone Cold or Goldberg. I think we go Goldberg, because that's more synonymous with the with WCW. So let's use our Legend Whisperer, and then we go and get ourselves Goldberg. So here is our roster. I think we've definitely got enough, because if you think about it, we got 15 people here. And then when we have the wrestlers who run out of 5 weeks, then we can go back to the legends and take a look and see if there's anybody else. Plus, there's bound to be a certain amount of people who pop up on free agency. For instance, we have Animal. There's no Hawk yet. So that's definitely something that we'll look into. But I think our problem, as you can probably tell, is the fact that we've got a lot of baby faces, not a lot of heels. But that's something that we can definitely fix in the future. Now, I've booked our show, but I think we're going to use the Birth of Legend straight away. Get ourselves some extra popularity to help us out. So we've got Arn Anderson, Scott Hall. I think that's Booker T. Animal or Hawk, I can't remember which one we picked him up. There we go. Jushin Liger, Animal, Kevin Nash, Booker T, Scott Hall, Arn Anderson, who's managed to benefit from that. So this is the show that we have booked straight away for our WCW. Kevin Nash and Ted DiBiase versus Jushin Liger and Rey Mysterio. Get ourselves a nice little tag rivalry off and running straight away. Then we got a role change. Hulk Hogan, I'm turning him heel straight away. No messing around. Mid-card, we got the Enforcer versus Psychosis. Then it's Booker T. He's going to call out Hulk Hogan. Heel Hulk Hogan. That will start a nice little rivalry going forward. And then we have our main event of Bret the Hitman Hart versus Brian Pillman, but with Scott Hall doing the running. Now, we have Goldberg waiting in the wings. That is, I think, who we're going to put Brian Pillman up against in a long-term rivalry. Scott Hall, hopefully, with Bret Hart. By the way, if you haven't done so yet, please make sure you are subscribed. We've done a full series on NXT Rebuild that's just happened on the channel, and obviously future things. We will be putting out some more MyGM stuff, and we're going to look into some My Universe mode, so make sure that red button is grey. But our first match being simulated, Kevin Nash and Ted DiBiase. It's a good match, and it's a new rivalry. Now, if I have picked up your favourite WCW superstar, then that is amazing. Let me know which one it is. Who is your favourite WCW superstar? Because I think mine was Booker T, so I've actually got him, and I'm putting him up against Hulk Hogan, so that's great. And on your way down there, you can smash the like button as well. Help us in the YouTube algorithm. Mediocre match from Arn Anderson. He is the winner, though, and it is a new rivalry. Then we have Booker T versus Hulk Hogan. If it starts a rivalry, it does. It's an excellent promo from the 5-time Booker T. Bret the Hitman Hart versus Brian Pillman. Of course, they're quite synonymous with each other, actually, aren't they? More in their WWF run rather than their WCW, but there we go. And then Scott Hall doing the run-in on Bret the Hitman Hart means Pillman wins. No rivalry for the... When somebody runs in on you, you should be annoyed by it. You really should be. Especially if it's cost you the match. Let's simulate this. They've put Brock Lesnar and Jinder Mahal together. They make some weird decisions. Alright, so I think we had a quite successful first show then. We absolutely stuffed them in that main event. That main event of Bret Hart versus Brian Pillman. Absolutely blew the roof off the place, 3.5. We gained 84,000 fans, $57,000. That's good. We got free advertising booking because we did the run-in on our most popular superstar. Up there for thinking. Then we have 78,000 fans for Raw, $71,000. But of course, we started off with a lot more money than them. Their champion is Brock Lesnar, and he's in a tag rivalry. So Bret Hart came to me, and even though he didn't start a rivalry, I promised him that he would have a grudge match against Scott Hall within 3 weeks. That is happening tonight, week number 2, because I want to get that rivalry over and done with on that first pay-per-view. I don't want to lead into Mania with not having a good enough run-in. So that is our main event, and it's an Extreme Rules match. It's not a title match just yet. Our opener, though, is the same tag team match that we have. Nash DiBiase versus Rey Mysterio and Jushin Liger. Then Brian Pillman, who's a 4 on the mic, is calling out Goldberg. Our mid-card is Hulk Hogan versus Booker T. Then it's a self-promo of Goldberg after being called out by Brian Pillman. The other guys that we have on the roster are all 1 out of 5. So I decided not to give them a go on the mic, including Arn Anderson, who I actually thought used to be not a bad promo, to be fair. Especially when he's in the Horseman. Is very touching promo when he actually announced that he had to retire. But there we go. We've got Extreme Rules match, table match, Extreme Rules match. I'm trying to establish who's good at what early on. Okay then, this tag team started off quite well. This little rivalry that we had. Kevin Nash, Ted DiBiase wins. It's an amazing match, and it's a level 2. Okay, that's good. Brian Pillman and Goldberg. All these pictures are slightly too big, aren't they? But I'm still enjoying it a lot more rather than the pixelated ones. It's a good promo. It doesn't start anything. Makes no sense. Hulk Hogan versus Booker T. It's a tables match. Booker T wins. That's good. Good rivalry too, up to a level 2. I like it. Goldberg then, self-promo. Okay, doesn't get any fans. What is the point in... Goldberg has done nothing for us already. Bret the Hitman Hart versus Scott Hall. This has to start a rivalry. This has to. Bret the Hitman Hart wins. New rivalry. Let's go. That's our first pay-per-view. Right, okay, what are we coming up against? That tag team again, I'm not surprised. And then it's a tables match in the main event, which could be a problem. It isn't. We've beat them in the mid-card and the main event. We matched them for their opener, which was a 4-star match. Thunder Liger's good at Extreme Rules. That's nice. We gained 93,000 fans. Only $2,000, but that's fine. We've got more money than them already anyway. They gained 85,000, so we gained 5,000 more. They did gain roughly about the same amount of money. So yeah, we took a little bit of an early lead, but still, we can't be too confident. Week number 3 then, we start off with that tag team because annoyingly, there's no other ways of getting a tag team's rivalry up. So we're just going to keep playing it off until we can obviously get to a pay-per-view at a level 3 or 4. Now, we're going to call out. Bret the Hitman Hart is going to call out Scott Hall. Scott Hall does have a match right after, though. It is against the Enforcer, Arn Anderson, but Psychosis, who is in a rivalry with Arn Anderson, is going to do a run-in. And it's a tables match, too. We are doing a TLC on either side of that tables match, just trying to, again, establish whose speciality matches are what. Then Brian Pillman, again, is going to call out Goldberg. Hopefully this time it works. And then the main event is Booker T versus Hulk Hogan. I'm liking that one already. And a TLC match, level 2 out of 4 rivalries so far. We've got the Capital Wrestling Center Arena, so we've got a nice little arena. We're in the Gorilla Crew and Basic Lights Effects Pyro with the Cameo Appearances campaign. Right, let's simulate then. DiBiase versus DiBiase and Nash versus these cruiserweights. They've won again. Is that 3 out of 3? I can't remember. I wish you could see like win-loss records. Anyway, it's an amazing match, and it's a level 3 rivalry. That's doing everything that we wanted it to do. Bret Hart, Scott Hall. It's a good match, or good promo, sorry, and it goes to level 2. Good. Now, Scott Hall is in the match, but Psychosis needs to get something going with Arn Anderson here. Level 2. No, hasn't happened. Now, this has to. You can have 2 call-outs. There we go. Excellent promo as well. You can't be called out twice and it not start anything. Booker T, Hulk Hogan. This one's come off to a flyer. Does it continue? Booker T wins. Does level 3 rivalry. Oh, things are heating up already, and it's a great match too. I like it. Right, we've got to contend with a title match though, but we did nail down a 4-star match. Their main event's quite good as well with that tag team. So let's see. We'll have a look, but the night before their rivalry, before their pay-per-view, they've actually beat us massively there. Wow. Look at that. Absolutely huge. That main event of Extreme Rules with Brock Lesnar and Edge just carried it. 4.5. That's fair enough though. 93,000 fans. We lost $21,000. Okay. Nash is a natural at TLC matches. There we go. That's why we do it. But still ranked number 1 though. They gained 89,000. So I think we gained more fans because of the show that we're putting on and bonuses, for instance. And obviously our popularity is a little bit higher, but they are putting on better matches. Now, unfortunately, Raw have done their cash-in on the vetoed thing, so Kevin Nash, Booker T, and Jushin Liger are all unable to fight today. Luckily, 2 of them are in the same rivalry. Unfortunately, it's just the tag match, which means we'll just have to stick at a level 3 for that next pay-per-view. However, Kevin Nash is under stamina, so it's not too bad. And then Booker T, of course, is in a level 3 rivalry with Hulk Hogan. We could just do a call out for that one, and we don't have to worry about it. So our show is lacking a tag team match this week. But that's fine. We'll get told off by Trips, but that's absolutely fine. We can give Animal a match here against Brian Pillman in the opener and the tables match. Then we're going to do the call out of Hulk Hogan calling out Booker T. Then in the mid-card, Psychosis versus Arn Anderson. It is a TLC match. Goldberg is then going to call out Brian Pillman after he's had his match earlier on in the event. Then it's Bret the Hitman Hart versus Scott Hall in the final match before the pay-per-view, which then hopefully will lead to a title match, which will be the end of that. Animal versus Pillman. Animal's first match, he loses. Brian Pillman keeps on his momentum. It's a mediocre match though. Could have cost us that. Call out. Hulk Hogan's going to call out Booker T, who is not there. Level 4 rivalry. I like it a lot. Psychosis versus Arn Anderson then. TLC. How does this one play out? Arn Anderson wins. It's a good match too. Level 2 rivalry. Goldberg is going to call out Brian Pillman. Okay, does nothing for the rivalry. That's really annoying. Bret Hart. Scott Hall. This needs to go to level 3. I really did consider putting this into a call out. Oh no. It's a level 3. Scott Hall's injured. That is the last thing I wanted. We put him in just a singles match and he got injured from that. That's a joke. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, we got gradually better as well, which, yeah, okay. Fair enough. We gained 70,000. We lost money too. Still ranked number 1. They only gained 69,000. That's a naughty number. But we're still on top by about 19,000 fans. Right, we've got some big problems. Our show is going to cost us 60,000, but because we had to renew 3 contracts, we might have to release somebody. So I'm going to release Animal, because my plans was to get him in a tag team anyway. He's not in a rivalry. So let's release him. You cannot release anyone. Oh, I've booked him on a show. So I need to take him off the show. Take him off that and then release him. I do feel bad, but we also had to buy a injury card to make sure that Scott Hall could fight tonight. So, for the good of the show, I feel really bad. But there we go. We're going to have to do it. Which means we could also change this to a tables match too. 5,000, and even this one to a tables match. So we've got 70,000. That is as much as we possibly can go to. Yeah, we can't even book anything else like special effects or anything. Now we did just activate the special effects, I think. So no, it's not that. It's not the special effects. It's something else. Maybe it's the advertisement. There we go. So we've already activated the advertisement, so we get that for free. So that's all that we can do, really. Our commissioner goal as well is to have at least 1 normal match. That is double cost. We could actually do that. Let's do that in the mid-card then. We'll do that there. Then we get an extra double cost thing. We can use that against them because I think they're doing a lot better for money than what we are. And then what we can basically do is just do advertising for Arn Anderson at the cost of his popularity to bring in a little bit more money. This is obviously what we're going to have to do. Right, okay, so let's book this show. Then we got Hulk Hogan versus Booker T, level 4 rivalry, tables match, should be good. Charity is Ultimo Dragon. Then we have a mid-card match of Kevin Nash, Ted DiBiase versus Mysterio and Jushin Liger. Then we have Arn Anderson, mid-card, Goldberg and Pillman in a tables match. Goldberg said he wants to have a tables match, so we're going to put him one against Brian Pillman, who's also good at tables, so that's be quite interesting. See who wins that. Psychosis is going to do some advertising as well. Then our main event, Bret the Hitman Hart versus Scott Hall. This should be the end of the rivalry, and it is for the title. I really, really hope Bret the Hitman Hart wins this. I really, really do. Hogan versus Booker then. Let's end this rivalry with a big win for the Hulkster. An amazing match, rivalry complete. Lovely stuff. Ultimo Dragon for charity. Okay, games us 5,000 fans though, that's good. We're going to end this tag team rivalry as well. Can the Cruiserweights? They do, they win it. That's good. Great match too. Rivalry complete. Perfect. Arn Anderson doing a bit of advertising. Loses 4 popularity, but he does gain us 11,000, so that's alright. Goldberg versus Pillman. And Goldberg said, put me in a tables match. And for a good reason, he won. I bet he speared him through it. Good match too. Does nothing for the rivalry. Okay. Psychosis. Embarrassing promo. -12. Oh my god. -12. No, that's the most I've ever seen. Bret the Hitman Hart versus Scott Hall in this main event. And it is a tables match. How does it do? Well, Bret the Hitman Hart wins in a classic rivalry complete. Thank you very much, Bret. Right, let's see what they're doing then. So, their opener. Is it end of rivalries? That's what we're looking for right now to see and match up their show. So that is a rivalry complete. It's a classic as well. Humberto Carrillo. Then we have the mid-card of Edge versus MVP. That's going to be a new rivalry, because he was in a tag team the whole time. Rivalry grows, level 2. So there we go. It is a newish one. R-Truth, 24/7 champ. Tamina and Sasha Banks. Always see these two paired up against each other. As well as Raquel Gonzalez and Io Shirai. You'll see that all the time. Level 3 there. That one grows too. Fabian Aichner is going to call out R-Truth then. Right after that, level 3 rivalry. Then their main event is our title match as well. Brock Lesnar versus Dexter Lumis. Go on, Dexter. Oh, Brock Lesnar wins. Only a normal match, though. It's a great match. No rivalry, or nothing to the rivalry anyway. So, we look like we beat them in 3 of the matches. They beat us just in the opener, but our opener was solid too. So, we gained 211,000 fans and $190,000. Perfect. That's what we like. Hogan's also good at tables matches. Good to know. Double cost as well. We've got that, so that's fantastic. We gained 211. They only gained 171. Ooh, and they do not have a lot of money either. Okay, now we're firing. Right, week number 6 then. We got a new tag team. Kevin Nash and Brian Pillman going up against Rey Mysterio and Goldberg. Now, what I'm thinking here is Brian Pillman and Goldberg already have a rivalry. It's a very slow one. So what I'm thinking also is we put Kevin Nash in a singles rivalry with this man, Jushin Liger, who I'm going to give a self-promo to and build up his popularity. Kevin Nash's popularity is already quite high, so I think it'll work quite well. We can have 2 payoffs at the next 2 pay-per-views there. Mid-card, Arn Anderson versus Psychosis. Their popularity is really low now because of the advertising, but still, we'll go with it. Bret Hart wants a rest, and that's fair enough. So Hulk Hogan is going to call him out. And that will lead to hopefully, our WrestleMania main event. Hulk Hogan versus Bret the Hitman Hart. Our main event tonight, though, is Booker T versus Ted DiBiase. Extreme Rules match. I like that. I do like that. If it starts a rivalry, perfect. We're in the Thunderdome now, so we should start picking up a little bit of money. But we have spent quite a lot of money too. Of course, we're going to have contracts running out very soon, and they cost an absolute fortune because they are legends. Right, let's see how this new tag team fares then against Rey Mysterio and Goldberg. Kevin Nash and Pillman win. Interesting. Doesn't start a rivalry. Okay. Jushin Liger on the self-promo. It's an okay promo. He's got 4 out of 5 on the mic. Arn Anderson and Psychosis, who are both awful on the mic. Arn Anderson wins that one. Level 3 rivalry now, and it's a great match. Okay, I didn't see that. It's a TLC match, I guess. Hulk Hogan calling out Bret. New rivalry? No. Oh, come off it. And then Booker T versus Ted DiBiase. The $1 Million Man. He's not this. He's not in this, is he? But still, Booker T wins. Only a great match. Only, I say. It is a great match, but no new rivalry. Interesting, as I say, stroking my beard. Okay, we're up against things like Eric going up against Braun Strowman, Bruiser versus a Giant. That should not do well. I want to watch it to see how bad it does. Braun Strowman wins. How that's done 2.5 stars, I will never know. I'm going to simulate the rest of it because it's made me angry. But there we go. 3.5 for our mid-card beats their 1.5. What was that? Oh, Natalya versus Sasha Banks. But still, they're running that tag team, and that is their main event, which is a 3.5. So I think we almost use TLC as a stop thing for the next lot of rivalries, really, and we just aim for WrestleMania. I've made mistakes before where I've gone forward and tried to do as many rivalries as possible in a short space of time that pays off at TLC, and then at Mania, we don't really have the best card. I want the best card at Mania, so let's plan for that now rather than after. They did gain slightly more fans, but we gained enough to keep us in the lead, and they have gained a little bit of money. 608 to their 547. So, yeah, we're quite comfortable at the minute. Now, this week we can kind of void what's going to happen because stamina-wise, we're not that great. So, openers Pillman versus Goldberg. We're going to keep that going. Obviously, it's only a level 1 after about 5 weeks of actually trying to do something with them. Then we're going to have Jushin Thunder Liger call out Kevin Nash. We're going to try and give Kevin Nash a rest this week. Then the mid-card is Hulk Hogan versus Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson is in the rivalry with Psychosis, but his stamina is like really, really low. 18, I think. So we're just going to do a normal match there with the Hulkster. And then Bret Hart is then going to call out Hulk Hogan in the next segment there. And then the main event is Booker T versus Ted DiBiase. Neither of them are in rivalries right now. It's a tables match. Let's see if it starts one. It'll be a good rivalry too. Pillman Goldberg then. Please get to a level 2. I'd like to pay it off at the next pay-per-view, really. It's a tables match. It's finally a level 2, but Pillman's now injured. Of course he is. Liger calling out Kevin Nash. Does nothing. What is the point in having call-outs, man? Hulk Hogan versus Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson wins. He's on a bit of a roll right now. That's how unrealistic this game is. There's no way Hulk Hogan would agree to Arn Anderson beating him. It would just never happen. Bret Hart calling out Hulk Hogan. Oh my God, that's 2 in a row. 2 in a row where they've called out each other. No rivalry has started. I just don't get it. Booker T, Ted DiBiase. The good thing is we're planning for Mania, so we've got a while for any of this, but still. Mediocre match. It's a new rivalry, though, at the very least. God, this is... That was a very poor show. 3.5, 2.5. Yeah, we still beat them in one of them. They absolutely demolished us in the other, though. Plus 40,000 and plus 132,000. Goldberg such a natural tables matches. We did gain their Veto Star as well, which we can definitely use in a couple of weeks' time so they don't have their star at their pay-per-view, which hopefully will be a champion. Lesnar, possibly. We can ruin their rivalry. That'll be lovely. But still, yeah, we're in the driving seat right now. Okay, week number 8 then. Let's see if we can actually kick off a rivalry by making them have a match instead. Hulk Hogan, Bret the Hitman Hart. I might as well actually make it a title match. Let's do that. Then we got to call out Booker T, calling out Ted DiBiase. Both of them are low on stamina right now. They got a rivalry going on though. Mid-card match is the tag team. It's a tag team match that we've seen. But instead of Ray and Jushin, I think we had Ray and Jushin. I can't remember now. I think it was, yeah, because we haven't used Ultimate Dragon yet. We're going to use Ultimate Dragon instead, basically, is what I'm trying to say. He complained that he wanted a match. We didn't give him it. He's a little bit unhappy. So let's give him a match now. Then we got the call out of Pillman being called out by Goldberg. Pillman needs a bit of a rest. He's got 27 stamina. Then the main event, Anderson versus Psychosis. It's a level 3. Hopefully we can get that to a level 4. Then not worry about it next week. They can rest up a little bit. Then we can have their match at the following pay-per-view. Sound good? I like it. Sounds good to me. The show's only going to cost us $101,000. which means we should gain a little bit of money. And then at the pay-per-view, we will save money for having the free advertisements and stuff like that we have won already. Because I know we're going to have to pay contracts again. That's the trouble with having like 5-week contracts. You have to pay $100,000 each time. Okay. Big match here. Wow. He never loses, does he? He just never... And it's a new rivalry too. Tables match. We have a new champion. And his name is Hulk Hogan. Right. Okay. The Hulk's is the new champ. Booker T. Ted DiBiase. Excellent promo. Level 2. Good. DiBiase then and Kevin Nash in a tag team match. They've won. No rivalry. It's weird. I guess we could just keep playing it off, but it's just better when it goes into a rivalry, isn't it? That's a level 3 as well. That's good. Then we can pay off at the pay-per-view. Arn Anderson and Psychosis. I think Pillman's actually injured, isn't he? That's the reason why we definitely can't use him. Arn Anderson wins. Level 4. Level 4. I might have to rest him anyway. I think I might have to rest him anyway. Just in case. Jinder Mahal, R-Truth. Oh, that looks like an awful... Yeah, we'll simulate that. That looks awful. Whatever they're doing, we should win that. Yeah, we have. We have won that. We gave 49,000 fans and $151,000. Yes, please. That's really good. They gained 40,000, but they only gained $51,000. Well, we've just lost Ultimo Dragon. His morale was so low. He asked for a 100k bonus. I said no. He said bye. That's fine, because we're going to replace you anyway with a specialist, the dirtiest player in the game, Ric Flair. Okay, that's good. That's a great signing for 7 weeks as well. That will take us up to Mania. I think that's a good little coup, that one. It's also the perfect time, because we are 1 week away from the next pay-per-view, to veto their star. So next week's show, they won't be able to use their highest popularity superstar and to double their cost. We are evil. 2 in 1. I like that. Now, let's take a look at our show. We could, to be fair, use a pre-match physio to stop somebody getting injured, because we do have problems right now with our stamina, and somebody in that is Psychosis. So I'm going to use it on Psychosis because he has a match tonight. Let's take a look at that match. It is the main event, and it's against Bret Hart. Hulk Hogan is going to do the run-in, though, because we have a level 1 rivalry. If we can get that to level 2 at least, then we've got a long time before WrestleMania to keep that one going. Rey Mysterio versus Ric Flair in the opener. If it starts a rivalry, fantastic. It's a WrestleMania match. If it doesn't, that's fine. I can move on to different things that I've got in my head that we could play out. Booker T's going to call out Ted DiBiase. Then in the mid-card, Goldberg and Jushin Liger this time round versus Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Oh, the outsiders. I like it. Then the call-out is Ted DiBiase this time, calling out Booker T instead. It's flip reverse, but that's fine. Then the main event, which we've already discussed. Okay, let's book it. Ray versus Rick then. I think they actually had a really good match on WCW Nitro. Ric Flair wins, starts a new rivalry. Great match. Ooh, okay. I like it. Booker calling out Ted. Excellent. Level 4. Perfect for next week's pay-per-view. Jushin Liger and Goldberg versus Scott Hall and Nash. It's good, and it's a new rivalry. It's a great match. Wow. Only on a normal, too. They matched up really well. Ted DiBiase versus Booker T. We already know it's a level 4. Bret the Hitman Hart versus Psychosis with Hulk Hogan doing a run-in, brother. I bet Bret Hart still wins. No, Psychosis beats Bret Hart. Amazing. It's only an okay match. Should have seen that coming. But it is a level 2 between Hogan and Hart. And that's obviously the main thing that I'm going to take away from that. Okay. They're going now into, remember, the pay-per-view. And I still can't work out what they're trying to do. So we've beat them in the first 2 matches. They beat us in the main because they had R-Truth and Fabian Aichner in an Extreme Rules match. But that's fine. We gained 39,000 fans. We gained quite a lot of money. That's decent. They gained 34,000 fans and roughly about the same amount of money. But next week's going to cost them a fortune. And that's absolutely fine by me. Brock Lesnar is still their champ. I'd imagine he is their star. And we probably won't see him next week unless Becky Lynch has a higher popularity. Oh, our bank balance has took a beating again because it was contract renewal time. So, We have renewed the contracts of a lot of people. However, some people we haven't. Ted DiBiase asked for a lot of money. We said no, it's going to be his last match. Which is a shame because he has built up a 73 popularity. But a level 4 rivalry to see him out the door in a TLC match against Booker T, I'm okay with that. And then we can look at the situation after whether we need to sign somebody else or not. That's our opener, by the way. We don't have a tag team match. Kevin Nash instead is going to do a self-promo. We then have a mid-card of Goldberg versus Pillman because that will end that rivalry. Then we have Ric Flair versus Rey Mysterio. That's going to be a call out there from Ric Flair. Then it's going to be Arn Anderson versus Psychosis. And do you know what? I've just actually had a thought here. How good is Rey Mysterio on the mic? Because if we do 4 out of 5, that's perfect. We can rest Rick, who's on 34 stamina, and actually use him next week then. Anderson versus Psychosis. That's going to be a normal match, but it's a level 3 rivalry. And then we have Scott Hall doing a promo, and the main event is Hulk Hogan versus Bret the Hitman Hart in a tables match for the championship. Both of them are low on stamina though. Just got to hope we have no injuries. We're using the TLC Arena and a few bonuses that we have selected there, but we don't have enough money to do anything more complicated than this. We're just gonna have to stick to this. This one's been hard. DiBiase's last match for us then. How does he do? Booker T wins. It's a classic as well. DiBiase is gone. Good. Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash, good promo, +3. Goldberg versus Brian Pillman. Let's see it. It's a tables match too to end this rivalry. Finally, it's Brian Pillman in a tables match. Amazing match. Rivalry complete. Rey Mysterio's calling out Ric Flair. Woo! Level 2. Nice. Thank you, Rey. Arn Anderson versus Psychosis. This should be the last match of this rivalry too. Arn Anderson with the win. Great match. Rivalry complete. Self-promo of Scott Hall. Good promo as well, Scott. Then it's Hulk Hogan versus Bret the Hitman Hart. Now we can go back to doing promos up until WrestleMania with these two. Hulk Hogan wins. It's a classic. Rivalry grows to level 3. Wow. Okay. He never loses, does he? He never loses the important ones anyway. Their main event is a little bit of a weird one, unless it's obviously a... Oh. Who's missing then? Who's missing? Because we vetoed their start. And I can just see all of them. Edge. It's going to be Edge. Because he's been called out. It has to be Edge. Because Brock Lesnar's there. Becky Lynch is still there. Has to be Edge. Oh. So annoying. Although I haven't actually seen him have a title match yet with Brock. Other than the one we seen earlier. But I think there's only been one. So Eric having a self-promo. Good promo from Eric. Tamina and Sasha Banks in the main event. Only a normal match. Watch this one blow this out of the water. Only a good match. It's rivalry complete though. Oh, we beat them on every single one other than the mid-card there. Wow. Okay, we did really well, though. We did do really well. That opener was fantastic for us, that TLC match. Thank you, Ted DiBiase, for your service. But it's time for you to go. 181,000 fans, and we gained $146,000 there. Booker T is good at TLC matches. We are ranked number 1 because they gained $127,000 and $105,000. Yes, we've broke away about 120,000 fans, but that can easily be caught up. Arn Anderson wants to tear up his contract and leave. I'm going to say no to the 100k bonus, Arn. We don't have the money to do that. Give you one more chance and that's it. Yeah, I thought so. Hulk Hogan wants to say something. I'm getting a little tired of being a bad guy all the time. How about it? Now stop my plans. I've already turned you heel. Only recently. Small decrease to his morale. We've only just changed you to a heel. One more sign-in, I think, and it's the Macho Man, Randy Savage. He's a specialist with a very good promo on him. I think he's the perfect sign-in to bring him in for the last 5 weeks that we have here. So, yeah, I think that makes sense, really. So let's take a look then, because he then slots in here. And we're going to put him up against possibly Brian Pillman. I think that's actually not that bad. Yeah, let's go with Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman's been quite solid for us, really. Had a good rivalry with Goldberg. Took ages, but still. Let's just make that a normal singles match for now. We've got a couple of normal matches because of everybody's health. We can't do a GM. So Ric Flair wants to do a GM interference with him. So we're going to do that here. Okay, that's fine. We'll do Booker T on a promo. We could do Booker T on a promo. Let's do Booker T there. And we'll leave Hulk Hogan and Bret Hart for a while because of their stamina is so low. And we'll do Arn Anderson for charity, I think. And he can just be used as somebody we put in specialist matches against the heels and have the babyfaces run in, for instance. Okay, we're going to run the Thunderdome. That's good. The ring crew, we only get bonuses there. I'm going to go for that one. We get 2 plus 1 morale. Plus 7% show quality. We'll go for that. Okay, so we got the video, the veteran lights, the 3D effects, and pyro. Then we can actually unlock that. 75,000. Let's add it because we gain a lot of fans from it. That makes sense. Okay, this is the show that we are booking. Let's go with it. Tag match then to kick things off. Goldberg and Liger. Tag team that I've never thought I'd see. They win as well against the Outsiders. Okay, great match. Does nothing for the rivalry. Booker T doing a self-promo. Excellent promo, +4 popularity. Macho Man Randy Savage on his debut against Brian Pillman. Oh, I like that. Macho Man wins as well. Does it start a rivalry? It doesn't. Brian Pillman is injured, though. Ooh, Arn Anderson doing stuff for charity. It's a weak promo. Come on, Arn. Mysterio versus Ric Flair, though. GM interference. Ray is going to be so annoyed. He still wins. Mental. How does he still win? Level 3. There we go. Okay. What are they putting up against it, though? They got a title match there. No tag teams. Right, we'll simulate it. We beat them in the opener. We draw the mid. And we win the main quite easily. We gain 24,000 fans. $117,000. We get the free advertised booking, which is fantastic. And they gain only $7,000 with $90,000. Ooh, okay. Week 12 is probably our worst week that we're going to have. We have a couple of injuries. We also have really low stamina on quite a lot of our wrestlers. So Jushin Liger is going to go up against Ric Flair. Then we've got Rey Mysterio running, which meets the commissioner goal and helps us with an injury rehab. So we might need that. Then we're going to have Bret Hart calling out Hulk Hogan. Then we've got Macho Man Randy Savage against Psychosis in the mid-card, and Psychosis only has 14 for stamina. Hulk Hogan's then going to do a promo because else it would just been empty. Then the main event is Booker T versus Goldberg. It's face versus face, but it's fighter bruiser tables match. I'm just hoping that they don't mind it being 2 baby faces because that can work. Realistically, it can work. Whether it does on this game, probably not. The opener then, Liger versus Ric Flair. Actually a match I'd love to see. Back in its prime. Liger wins, mediocre, level 4 for the rivalry though, which is the most important part about that because we're leading on to WrestleMania. There's 2 level 4s there. Macho Man and Psychosis. The Macho Man isn't in a rivalry. This will probably start one now, which is going to be annoying. It does. Ugh. It's not the end of the world, I guess. Hulk Hogan doing a self-promo. Excellent promo from you, Hulk. Booker T versus Goldberg. It's a tables match. They're both baby faces. And Booker T wins. Wow. Great match. New rivalry. That's the first time I've seen that happen where it's been 2 baby faces. Interesting. Might turn one heel. We could do that before WrestleMania. That's very interesting. Who would I turn face or turn heel out of that? We'll have to see. I'm going to simulate all of these. Not important. We lose the opener, we draw the main event, but I think we'll still gain enough fans because the bonuses we're reaching. $13,000, $118,000 there that we gained. We got the injury, that's really important. 44,000, they did gain a little bit on us there, 63,000. Okay, that's absolutely fine because we still got a marginally 100,000 extra fans. So we say our goodbye to Psychosis as well. He was unhappy with morale, wanted a 100k bonus. I said no, he left. He's got really low stamina anyway, so not too worried. And I replaced him with Sting. Yes, come on. Now we are putting Sting against Macho Man Randy Savage. I'm hoping it starts a rivalry like the Booker T one, even though it's face versus face. And then I'll turn Randy heel next week and the promo will be Sting calling him out. That makes sense. In the opener, it's going to be Hulk Hogan versus Booker T, just because it's Bruiser versus Fighter, and we don't really have a lot of other options. Self-promo by Ric Flair, because it meets the Commissioner goal, and he asked to do a promo. And of course, Rey Mysterio, we can give him a little bit of a rest then. We can do the rest for Flair next week. Role change. We're going to change Arn Anderson from a specialist babyface to a specialist heel. It just makes sense to do that, because then if that doesn't start a rivalry, we can possibly make the Arn Anderson versus Sting one a rivalry instead, and it gives us like 2 weeks to make it like a level 2 at least. Then we had the Kevin Nash and Scott Hall versus Jushin Liger and Goldberg rivalry. We could get that to level 3. I hope we can, for a big payoff at WrestleMania. We got 2 level 4s already. We got a couple of level 2s. We just need a couple of more, I think, to get a fully fledged WrestleMania card with all rivalries being paid off. So the opener then, Hulk Hogan versus Booker T. Let's simulate that one. I think that was a rivalry previously, wasn't it? Hulk Hogan won. It's an okay match. Booker T's now injured. There's a lot of injuries in this. I never used to find there was that many injuries. Ric Flair, excellent promo. Good. Randy Savage versus Sting. Yes, the Crow Sting as well. Beautiful picture. Randy Savage wins. Doesn't start a new rivalry. Ooh, Arn Anderson. Embarrassing promo. He's a 1 on the mic. So it doesn't shock me that much. Then this tag team match then to finish things off. Please go to a level 2 or a 3, whatever it is. It's a level 2. It's a great match though. This is the show that Raw are putting on. Let's simulate it. I'm not too worried about it. They did actually smash us. They got a 3.5 in all 3 of their matches. But I think we met bonuses. Plus 10,000 fans. We gained a lot of money though. We got pre-match physio, which is going to be crucial for us. They gained 22,089. So they're catching us, but I think we should hold on, because we are basically going into WrestleMania with a lot of good rivalries. We're just trying to rest everybody at this minute. Okay, so we've done a pre-match physio power card today for Hulk Hogan, so we can give him a match against a brand new superstar that we have just signed. It's DDP. Yes, I'm so happy with that. It's a tables match as well, so yeah, he's only got 25 stamina, so he should avoid injury there. We've got 2 injury cards. I'm really hoping we don't have to use both of them, or more than that. We got a role change of match around Randy Savage, because he is really weak as well. Bret the Hitman Hart versus Arn Anderson, but Sting doing the run-in on Arn Anderson. Then we have a charity event for Ric Flair. And then Goldberg and Jushin Thunder Liger, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. This is the only one that I'm worried about, that we're going to get 3 injuries in. But we need to get this to a level 3. And again, tag team rivalries, there's only one way of doing it. Okay, so let's run this event. We're at the Thunderdome again. We've got nothing too flashy or fancy, but it's still going to cost us $162,000. We do have enough money. It's just the fact that we're having to get through these with stamina, really. That's our biggest problem. I'd love to do tables matches, Hell in a Cells in random events, but we can't because of stamina. All of these old timers from the 90s, they can't handle it in 2022. Hulk Hogan versus DDP. DDP's picture's phenomenal, by the way, and he's a winner as well. Amazing match, Jesus Christ. Matchman Randy Savage, excellent promo, turns heel. Right time then, I guess. Bret the Hitman Hart versus Arn Anderson. Sting doing a run-in. We could have a Sting versus Arn Anderson pay-per-view match. It's an okay match. Nothing. So it'll probably be Randy Savage versus Sting then. Ric Flair doing a charity event. It's a good promo. Thank you, Rick. Liger and Goldberg versus Nash and Scott Hall. Tag team, please go to level 3. Please. Yes, there we go. Great match too. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Good. Right, okay, what are we coming up against? Then main event, it's a title match, but I don't think they match up quite well, so I think we'll beat them. 4, they've told me time and time again that doesn't match up very well. It's a level 2 rivalry. No rivalry there. Fans grow tired of this rivalry. None, and Eichner and Loomis is now a level 1. They don't have a lot going into the pay-per-view. Diamond Dallas Page is a really great feel for tables. Oh, good. That's probably the reason why him and Hulk had a good one then. Plus 27,000. A lot of money too. Because we had to buy the stadium, I believe. 11,000 there. 146. Okay. WrestleMania then. We open WrestleMania with a match between Ric Flair and Rey Mysterio in an Extreme Rules match. It's a level 4 rivalry. That should be a good one. We got no promos because we don't have enough wrestlers. That's fine. Our mid-card is Goldberg versus and Jushin Liger versus Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Tables match. Then we have a mid-card match of Booker T and DDP versus Macho Man Randy Savage and Arn Anderson. The reason for that is because Brian Pillman is back and he matches up perfectly with Sting. So they're going to have a tables match at WrestleMania. And then it's going to be Hulk Hogan versus Bret Hart for the championship. And it's Hell in a Cell. And I have been saving a Hell in a Cell card for a very long time. We also have a tables match there. We've given injury rehab to Booker T, who was injured. I can't remember actually. It might have been Brian Pillman or Booker T, one of the two. And then obviously we got free advertising booking, which is lucky. Although we haven't actually used any of it. So there we go. We have pretty much used all of our budget here. All of the budget is being used. We can't even sign anybody else just to do promos like I used to like doing. Flair versus Mysterio then. Who wins? Of course, Ric Flair wins an Extreme Rules match. Amazing. Rivalry complete. Oh, I'm disappointed with that. I thought it should be a little bit more. Liger and Goldberg, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, the Outsiders. Liger and Goldberg win. Yes, classic. 2 injuries in that match as well. A classic and rivalry complete. There we go. DDP, Booker T. A good tag team, that is. I like that. That's a good tag team. Arn Anderson and Randy Savage. Booker T and DDP win. Amazing match. Doesn't start anything. Doesn't need to. Sting versus Pillman. I bet that would be a good match. I bet that would be a class match. Tables. It's a classic as well. Level 1 rivalry. Hogan versus Bret the Hitman Hart. In a Hell in a Cell match. Hogan, it's a title match, which means he very rarely loses. I'm going to put my money on Bret Hart winning this and retrieving his title back. 3, 2, 1. No, of course it was Hulk Hogan. I got suckered into that, didn't I, brother? I got absolutely suckered into that. Legendary match. Rivalry complete. Let's hope. Fingers crossed it was good enough. What are they using? Right, so they have a TLC match to start things off. 70 popularity, 66 for Sasha Banks. Okay. Sasha Banks. Natalia retains, I think. I think she was the champ. She's also got herself injured. Self-promo. It's pointless. Well done, Eric. Tamina and Becky Lynch. I don't actually know whether this was a rivalry or not. Becky Lynch is the winner. New rivalry, so nope. MVP and Edge. I think they've been running this one for quite a while. Another tables match. MVP wins. Amazing. Rivalry complete. Yeah. Jinder Mahal, R-Truth. It's another tables match. R-Truth is the winner. Rivalry grows. It's a great match too. And this is their main event. I mean, it does have Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman, I guess. But the fact that it's got Humberto Carrillo in it. And they've got a run-in. Why have they got a run-in? In their main event of WrestleMania. Oh dear, Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman wins. It's an amazing match. How? I bet if I booked that, it would never be an amazing match. But there we go. So we beat them. Oh yeah, but we didn't actually lose any. That's fantastic. Perfect scenario. It's all about then whether we won. Your first mid-card outperformed the opener of your show, creating a weak start and confusing pacing for fans. Swapping these 2 matches would have created a stronger start to your show. Yeah, but it was Ric Flair, Rey Mysterio. Like, we thought they were going to do better. Then, an amazing booking. This is for Raw. You put on a great pay-per-view where the opener and the main event matches created a memorable start and finish. Oh, get out. Oh, so it's a better show. We put on a legendary match in the main event. They had a tag team match. We had a Hell in a Cell. We gained 286,000 fans. Gained a lot of money too, but that doesn't matter. We are ranked number 1 though. They only gained 237,000, which means we are the winners. Getting WCW Only Challenge complete. I'm pretty sure as well, this is the first one that I have done where we have won the whole way through. I think we had more fans in them on week 1, and we stayed ahead of them the whole time, as you can see, all the way up until week number 15. Budget, we were all a bit all over the place, but again, I think we had a higher budget every single week. So yeah, we dominated that one. We did really well. So what do you think, guys? Let me know down in the comments section. Smash a like as well. And remember, if you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. We've got so many videos like this coming out already on the channel as well, including new series stuff that is going to be happening on Universe mode and on MyGM mode. If you haven't checked it out yet, make sure you go and watch episode 1 of the NXT rebuild that we did this last week on Monday. Thank you very much for all your support recently. Genuinely do appreciate it. I'm having a lot of fun doing these videos. Bye-bye.